and RPG fans mostly, and the watchers of the Hakuska Game Bar channel. This is a new GameWorld Show episode. Now about a classical RPG game that's renewed itself by Beamdog and Atari in the overhaul games with an enhanced edition. This is the main panel for the game, because here now we can set and begin a tutorial or the Black Pit, a new arena mod like of this game. This is a complete new add to this game, to this old 15-year-old game, I remember well. So it's a really old game, but they can enhance it quite well, but not as quiet as it could be or would be. And the third part is Baldur's Gate main game, and here was the intro video. They managed to make it better, but they managed to do it in a cartoonish way, in a little bit comic booky way, so it's strange, but they enhanced it as well, and they refined it as well, or a little bit enhanced the video as well, but they changed some bits of it, all of the cutscenes and everything else like the way. So here are the single player, multiplayer, and the options, and here we can see the movies, the cutscenes, the intros, everything else. Yeah. Okay, let's see the game itself. The game uses the Infinity engine. The new developer just enhanced it and make it to our big monitors, to the 720p HD, so or more or less, what you want. And now,
Hurry up! Very well.
oh, now I can't show you. Okay.
I serve the flaming fist.
Now, in this game, we must
All right.
get first a party, because the game begins with us. We can add the name, we can create the character of what you want and how you want, so it's a really good thing. But after that you must take companions and get companions. Firstly you get Iman. She joins you because he's a childhood friend. She's a childhood friend. And secondly, you gather two more companions. If I remember well, these are unexpected two members, because the main storyline needs them. And here are the new one, because the enhanced edition has got three new characters. Oh, what the?
Hurry up!
Oh, the lightings never happened. Have never happened yet from the storms. So this is one of the new characters from the enhanced edition, Nira, a wild mage. Here there are a half orc new one, and if I remember well, paladin or ranger new one. And there are many new quests, many new artifacts, enemies, and also this edition of the game intends to rearrange the interface, abridge the interface system, so it's a little bit more better than in the original game. And also this edition contains the Tales of the Sword Coast little expansion, almost a DLC in that time, because it just adds 4 new terrains, places that you can visit and adventure in it. So you can find some new artifacts, enemies in those territories. Okay, here you can see the inventory system. If you know the original game, Baldur's Gate 1 and 2, you just can see some simple little better average elements. You can see better things, you can see the whole possibilities that you can do with your character. With each character you can switch on them every time, everywhere, every time you want, so it's a really good thing. With the right button you can see what it is, what object it is, what can the game tell about, what can these objects done to the enemy, or what can give to you if it's an armor or everything else, and also that who can't use it, which caste, which class, which member of your party. So here we are because we need some healing, and also we need some no, not some. It's a good thing because undead character, an enemy, uses some skill to curse or one of the characters, but it's luckily it's on time status and it is gone down, so it's a really good thing because you just need some healing. And I'll show you them what you can do here. Healing with money. Of course there are sometimes objects that we must identify, and here are one of it. It is signed as blue, with blue, so you can see it momently. Sometimes we can sell our objects, but now because this is just a magical trader, if I can say so, or a healing trader, we can't sell our objects that uses for fist fights, for physical fights, so it's a bad thing, but we must trade at blacksmith or at inn.
Hurry up!
Firstly, we must go back to the city, because if we get another lighting fault, it can go really bad for our characters. Here are the big map. Here are where we can go. With almost black and brown sign. Those places and territories we visited, and the dark blue ones, which are we didn't visit it. So these are the blue ones, and also there's the gray ones. They connected to a big quest line or main quest, to the main quest line. This and this other four in the down. And we will go there, but we first must do some quest for it, and also must reach them. So these are the new ones, if I remember well, for the Tales of the Sword Coast add-on. So it's not for the main quest line, just an add-on, and almost DLC for side quests and for further leveling, because the add-on gives further leveling.
What would you? All right.
Sadly, rain again. Okay, I now show you the inn. One of the inn of this town. This is the town map. As you can see here are now we can see in real time too our characters. So
All right. What would you
this
have
is
it?
one of the
You
inns
insist.
in this town. There are 3 inns if I remember well. Okay, here we can sleep. This can heal our damages and injuries and everything else, but just some little, so you don't expect much major improvements of healing in inns. But we must need sleeping for our skills to regain themselves and also for our spells, because in this kind of games and in this infinity system we can't spell many times, because if they vanished we used all of them. We must regain our spells and skills with sleeping. We can sleep in inns and also in the nature, but in the nature sometimes enemies can come in the night. And also the towns we generally can't sleep because the guards came out, so that
Hurry
you
up.
must sleep in inns. So okay, sadly here we can't trade, but in the smithy we can. So this is Baragost, one of the biggest towns in this game. Of course, Baldur's Gate is the biggest, but this is the second, third. Okay, here we are in the smithy.
You insist.
I can make whatever you wish for a
Oh,
wee little bit
what
more
happened?
than
Oh,
you
yeah,
expect.
I bought a quite good plate. Maybe you saw that in the one of the, well, no, not just one of many datas about our characters are not quite not quite as useful as you think in the ordinary ways, because armor rate now is 3. You can see here in this character, if I give this plate to him, goes to 1. And here in this game, in this second type of AD&D rule system, Dungeons and Dragons, the armor's rate is better when it's slower. So it's a strange thing, but a good thing. Okay, so we must sell everything that we hold, because in this left part of the inventory you can see the weights that we can carry, and in the lower part it is said the sum of it that we can carry, the maximum size, and the upper part is the current weight that we can carry, or we carry. And when it is yellow, it is a sign that we should put out some things or sell some things. And if it is red, our character moves just really slowly or can't move in the further maximize status. And it is gray or a little brownish, it is the best sign that we can get. So here are the other signs, the damage, our health in this row system. So
What would
I
you
can make whatever you wish for a wee little bit more.
Okay, we must sell some things. The gold, the currency system for this game is really good because the gold is really important in this game. Not as in other RPG titles that you can be a millionaire almost. In this game you're not. Everything is quite expensive and the sales are low, so don't expect much big prices. Okay, these are new packages and packs and bags for the game. This is this type of thing is only for the Baldur's Gate. Was only part of the Baldur's Gate 2, but for this enhanced edition, they put some good things to good improvements from Baldur's Gate 2 Infinity system to this game as well. So here are game bags. Here you can see we can put them here, and they don't put some places and don't need more weight for carry, so it's a really good thing. Okay, here are some other things where we can put the scrolls. The scrolls can be used for spell, and then we can put it in our you can put it to our spell books. There are two types of spell books in this game: the mage spell books and cleric spell books. So the cleric spell books is used for druids and clerics, of course, and paladins, because they can use cleric scrolls, cleric spells, and of course the mage spells is used for mages. So here are the spells for Nira. Here we can put it to the memorized spells. Memorizing can be for from the scrolls that we used. Put it right to our mage or cleric books. So here is the electricize hands spell, and here we can put it into our magic book. But because this is I have now, we can't now. So this is I have still now. So we can put it there, the scrolls or the other things where we can spell some great spells like fireballs with this stuff. This is a specialized stuff I found one of my adventures. So it's a really good thing. I give it to this identified boot for my thief. One of the main things for this game that I really recommend you and really advise you that in every party you will make needed one thief, because thieves can go into the shadows, they can smuggle if you want it, but mainly they can find traps and find enemies in far away before they can see you. And also the traps, it's really important because there are really great and grave dangers pits and traps in this game. And also the other really main thing for the thieves, they can really hit well with crossbows, with the bows, and with I don't know now the English name for it. With this. So, and the third biggest thing for the thieves they can pick the locks, and you can uh, get some really good sum of money from it, and also some really good artifacts, spells, scrolls, and everything else from chests, from located doors. So you must do this. I know it's a bad thing, but for this game, it's quite really needed. So another important thing for the party, that you must need one or two warrior type of character. So because the enemies quite heavy and hard sometimes, and if they have a mage with hits, you can put it down the current spell that they want to cast with some hits. Of course, sometimes with ranged hits as well. But if you have a really fast warrior around them, it's more better. And of course, the warriors types have little more not main classes, just lower type of classes that you can choose. I choose a mage killer type of warrior for my main character. If your main character dies, the game ends. So you must really help each other to prevent this thing. And also the main story is focused and around of your main character. It's important, but you need a party to achieve it, to end this story. With a really good party, you can do that. So it's an important thing. So you need a cleric type of character, a healing type of course, a druid, a cleric, or a paladin, because they can heal the most, and also they can damage the undead enemies the most. So of course here are another warrior, and of course you must need a mage. What type of mage is up to your decision, but a mage needed one of the most important classes for this game. Because sometimes you meet some type of enemy that can only be damaged by magical weapons or by magical spells. So it's really important thing. Or sometimes you meet some enemies that can be only damaged type of weapons that have a 2-1 free add bonus. This type of weapon has 2 tackle bonus. This is the main data that modify the damage, and also there is damage have a bonus type of 2. So it's a really good thing. Sometimes some weapons have magical damages too. It's electricized lighting damage. So, and of course you need, I think, of course, a ranger type of character. I'm a ranger, so you must need a range damage character who can damage the opponents far away. Also, almost for the same type, you need a mage for the range type of great dealing damageable spells too. But also there are many kind of great good spells. Some transformation spells, some chaotic spells, some mind spells, if I can say so. So it's fear spells, so it's a really good thing. Some various for the bashes and the close combats, and for killing fastly the great mage opponents. Also you must need a druid for healing and for against the undead, and also a thief for the traps, for the pickings, lock pickings, and for everything else you may should get. Okay, these are the main things about this game. The fight system is halfly turn-based, halfly real-time. With space you can set every time you want the game off, and you can make tactical choices, tactical decisions, and tactical acts for your character against the enemies or everything else. So it's a really good thing. It is in every Infinity Engine type of games: Icewind Dale, Baldur's Gate, Planescape Torment, and Torment, and Icewind Dale 2. So many kind of Infinity games, and also in Dragon Age. So it's a really good thing. With your travelings, if you go too far, travel too far, sometimes you can be attacked by bandits or everything else, or goblins. So sometimes it is better that you go by one from the territories, but if you want to go fast, you can try to go more far. Okay, now we should go to this new expansion. Okay, now enemies attacked us. Kobold. Okay, or goblins. Now I paused the time so I can set my characters.
What would you have me do? Well, it's none of them.
I'll do it.
Don't bother
You
me.
rang?
Oh, my heart's ringing up in gone.
My blade you rang?
Some spells in this first part of the gate is really hard. This spell is really good in damage, but if you come to it with one of your characters, he or she can be damaged. So it's a good and bad spell. Some of it, some fire, some lighting, some freezing spells. It's not good. Okay, loot is happened like this, so it's, I think, no need for more introduction and description. Okay.
What would you have me do?
Every weapon needs, every ranged weapon needs ammo. Of course, we can found in our adventures or in the stores, in smithies. So we can buy more better ones or find sometimes find some with cold damage or lighting damage, so or poison damage or fire damage. So quite
What
good
would you
thing.
you insist?
Okay,
Your wish?
we can. Oh, I show the spell system. This is the spell sign. Here we can choose between the spells, between these spells. If what I memorized in the past, and we can choose when we leveled up. Sometimes new slots appears, and we can set new spells for it. With this first level, we can't get some really good spells, I think, for the clerics, just healing, and I put it in 5 times now. We can put a spell more times, many times as you want, if you have slots for it. And of course, here are the second level cleric spells. There are 7 leveled cleric spells, and the mages. No, mage is 9. Maybe in the second part of Baldur's Gate and Icewind Dale, you can have more level cleric spells, but I don't think I remember well this time. So here are some mind spells, and some spells for the cure for poisonous and everything else. So it's a really good thing. Okay, now I will show the healing. Just choose the minor healing style and we can heal our characters. Then after we choose the characters that needed the healing and that's it. The spells and the attacks needed time and of course with skills or everything other artifacts we can lower this time
Even with infravision, I prefer the
that needed
daylight.
for the action. With the weapons, of course, with the speed system, here you can see is 6. Here you can see second in the speed system, the lower size the better part. So the lower is better here again. The damage is the higher is better, of course. But there is a 2-hit system that we can hit or not the opponent. This is for the TAC-Q. The TAC-Q number means if it is higher and higher you can have a more chance to hit the opponent, and after that comes the damage, so that how much you damage the how many hit points you had for the enemy. So it's a really good system some ways, but sometimes it's a little bit hard for the beginners, of course. Okay, and you can show that I choose one of the
What is it this
spell
time?
scrolls in here, or you can choose one of your spells in here. So
Hurry up!
here you can choose some formats for your
Hurry! All right.
members, for your companions, for your party. So
What would you
it's a
have? me
really
do?
good thing.
Well,
Again, here you can set the AI for your parties in, on, or off. Sorry, off or on. And here you can select all of
what
them.
would you have? If you insist.
Of course, here are the signs for the main actions: attack, move, everything else. Here are the sleeping button or sign. Here are the help, the information part, everything else. Here you can save or reloading. Here you can set the sound, the graphics, the gameplay,
What would you have me do? Very well.
so many things. Oh, so here we are in the Sword Coast. Here is the time system, the day. You can see the day, which how many days passed. Oh, dire wolf,
Uh-huh.
maybe from Game of Thrones. The graphics, of course, are not as good as in the past, but this is an old game, so don't expect that. Wow, what happened?
Bandage over here.
What happened? What was that? I didn't use the fireball with the specialized stuff, so it's a really,
Hurry up!
really strange thing.
Uh-huh. I'll do it.
Hurry up! All right.
What is it this time?
My blade will cut you down to size.
Ooh, there are many enemies, so they poisoned us, so we will die. I think.
My turn to save the day.
Nature's servant awaits.
What is it this time?
Sometimes we can use spells that effect on the mind. Also uses some, can use some spells that affect the terrain, like fireballs or some sludges or some spells that affect in a big place. So like this.
What would you have me do instead? Hurry up!
What is
Okay, now we use the fireball stuff. And maybe we can kill the enemies.
I'll do my best.
Hurry up!
casting spells isn't
We
it?
can use potions as well for the characters, heal potions, potions that can cure the diseases, curses that the characters can have or get from their opponents. And of course, there is a buff like spells skills. Okay, I hope that this poison will not affect for too much time now, because resurrect is really expensive. We need some time. Oh. Get off this poison effect. Okay, this is the game, Baldur's Gate Enhanced Edition, and I gave it an 80%, and I think that
What would you have me do?
it deserves it, because from this Enhanced Edition the game not get too much really new thing, because there were mods for the games, and mods can do from the original game really good things. HD, they can HD's the resolutions, and they can add more enemies, more places, more every good method things. So it's a
Yes.
Hurry up!
not as quite good as need to be. Black Pit is just on an arena mode, not fit for the story as well. And the HD graphics the best thing maybe, and for the improvements and enhanced for the interface, that's really good. But the other things are not quite as good. The game is really good today still, so not that is the problem, but the other improvements are not as quite big for the price as it is needed to be. Sometimes our characters can be tired, so they must need sleeping sometimes, generally, as we do. So it's really good, more real RPG element. So that these were what I wanted to talk about this game and show and present it. I really hope that you like it. If you didn't play with this game, you must play with this Enhanced Edition, because there you must, I think, maybe add and give more percentages than me. But I played the original one too, and with the comparison about these two games, I can tell that it is this new edition maybe just for an 80%. But if I don't know well, you must play for this game and make your new real decision, only unique decision about it. So bye, and have a new GameWorld Show next time. Until that, bye and farewell.